Come on, Wesley, what do you think? Okay, when you say somebody's a bondage, just explain what do you understand by the word bondage. You're not in control of yourself. That means somebody else is what? Is in control of everything for you. Everything, somebody else is in control of it. Oh. Oh. He's beginning to click, huh? Why is the so-called black Hispanics not keeping that commandment? Because they trust in oppression. Give me that, Isaiah chapter 30. Give me Isaiah chapter 30. Start from verse 11.
Hey, we got Wesley here.
Hey, how you doing, brother? Wesley? Come around here. How you doing, brother? So check this out. Check the sign out over there. See where you fall into. And let us know. Give me that, Isaiah chapter 30, start from verse 10.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 10.
So pay attention, Wesley, right? Pay attention. Tell me what people is this. Just pay attention to what we're about to read. Go.
Which say to the seers.
So these people, start from verse 9.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 9. That this is a rebellious people.
So God said, Wesley, God said that the children of Israel are a what?
A rebellious people.
The children of Israel are rebellious people. They are very rebellious. They don't listen. They are very stubborn. You cannot tell them nothing. Everybody's wise in their own ways. That's what God called us. Rebellious people. Go on.
Lying children.
Lying what?
Lying children.
God loves everybody. Jesus is white. God is white. Angels are white.
Children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
Children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Now, let me ask you, brother. Are you in Christian church? Are you in any church at all? What church? New Life. All right. In your church, do they teach you the law? Just be honest. Do they teach you the laws of God? What laws do they teach you? Just give me one. Just one. That's all I need. Just one law. According to the word of God. No, it's okay. No, bro, I'm not here to put you to throw. Yeah. Just there's a reason why I ask you this question, because what we reading. What we reading, you tell me what people this is talking about. Yeah, no, I'm gonna read it, then you tell me. Because I just ask you, what laws does the Christian pastors teach in your church, New Life? What did they teach you? What law did they teach you? Because God is speaking about children who will not listen to his laws. You got kids? You live with your kids, right? Do you have a law in your house? What law? Give me an example of a law you have in your house for your kids. Do you have a set air? Okay, stealing. Do you have any law about time they should go to bed? School nights. Okay. What time? All right. So if you come back, let's say you go out, you come back at 10 p.m. and they're still awake watching the TV, what will you do on school night? Are you going to be happy with them? But you're going to put them to sleep, right? Now, if you tell them to do stuff, apart from what we just discussed, if you ask them to do things in your home and they don't do it, would you laugh with them and give them gifts for not listening to you? That's what Christianity is. And I'm going to tell you why I said that. Finish what you just read. Just read it one more time.
That this is a rebellious people.
So God is telling us that the children of Israel, which you see on this side, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, are a what?
That this is a rebellious people. Lying children. Children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
These children will not listen to the laws of God. That's the reason why we are in the condition we are today. Hold that. Give me Deuteronomy 28 verse 15, and then we're going to come back. Hold that. Hold on. Let's see what the Lord said. If we don't do his commandments, what's going to happen to us? Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So what is God saying here? If you don't listen to my voice, if you don't do what I'm telling you to do, go on.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
To do what?
All his commandments.
To do all the commandments, every law that he gave us in his house to do. If we don't do that, just like you have kids, if they don't do what you ask them to do, what God say?
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
What did God say?
That all these curses.
You see the difference? When you disobey the laws of God, God said what's going to happen to you?
To observe, to do all these commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses
shall what?
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said, I'm going to put curse upon you Israelites. It is going to overtake, the meaning it's going to run you over. It's like throwing somebody completely under a train. You're going to be shredded. That's what God said. He's going to consume us. Now, let's see from this, right? Let's see if the people he's talking to are here today, because he said he's going to put a curse on them, right? Let's see what he said about those curses. Verse 46. Let's see.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So God said, those curses that I'm going to put upon you, it shall be upon you for a what?
Shall be a sign and for a wonder.
Those curses will be upon the Israelites for a sign. You know what a sign or a symbol does? Like, let's say you're looking for Walmart around here and you're driving. How will you know that there's a Walmart around here? The Walmart what? So that sign will tell you that Walmart is here, right? All right. So God said, these curses shall be upon thee as a what?
A sign.
As a what?
A sign. And for a wonder.
And for a wonder. Go on.
And upon thy seed.
And upon who?
Thy seed.
What does it mean by seed, Wesley? What's the seed? Well, okay, the seed. What does seed mean? The children. There you go. So it's not just going to be upon the fathers and the mothers. It's going to be upon the children. Go on.
Right. And upon thy seed forever.
For what?
Forever.
Is forever only a short time or a long time? I'm asking, is it a short or long time? Long time. That's how long this curse is going to be upon the children of Israel. Let's see if it happened to everybody or if it happened to people that look like you and I and the so-called Native Americans and Hispanics. Let's see. Read the curse.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God said he's going to bring the Israelites into Egypt again with what? With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
What do you see here, brother? What is this? What is this? What nation of people do you see being put in those ships? What? Brown and what? Black people. Now, this is the slave roads. When they gathered us here, even the first place they took us from, don't let anyone deceive you saying it's from here. No. The first place they took our people from was from Europe. That's where it started. From where you see Lisbon, you see Lisbon, you see Bristol, Liverpool, all this area. That's where it started, because once upon a time, the black people ruled Europe. Back in the Dark Ages, we ruled Europe. That's why they call it Dark Ages. Then all these other nations were in subjection to us. But when our time came for us to go through the punishment for not keeping God's laws, we were subdued and we were scattered all over the country as slaves because we didn't listen to God. So let nobody fool you that slavery started here. It didn't start from West Africa. No, it started from Europe. During the time of the Spanish Inquisitions. The Inquisitors, they were the first one that put us into slavery.
Right.
Keep going.
By the way whereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So God said the land. Remember I spoke to you one time. Do you know who the children of Israel are? You know who they are? The children of Israel. Do you know Moses? Do you know the Apostle Peter? Paul? What nationality are they from? Israel, all right. So what do you know about Moses? What's the most significant history we have today everybody knows about Moses? No, that was Judas. Yeah, Moses was a prophet of God. It's okay. He was a prophet of God. God used him to deliver the children of Israel out of Egypt. And he parted the Red Sea that they crossed the sea. Have you heard that story before? All right. It was him that God said, so when we came out of Egypt, the Lord parted the sea and we crossed over to the other side of the sea and went into Mount Sinai. Right? So God promised us that, what? I told you that you're not going to go back to Egypt again. Hold it, give me Exodus 14 verse 13. Let's see where God said that. Because when we read Exodus chapter 14 verse 13, a stupid and foolish apologetic or apologist said, oh, that what he's talking about is that the children of Israel should go and give themselves to the oppressors. That's foolishness. You don't need a ship to move from Egypt to Israel, according to history. You don't need a ship. It's a walking distance. Abraham frequented between Egypt and the land of Israel. So does Isaac, so does Jacob. You don't need a ship to move from here, from this place here to this place. You don't need a ship. Let's see what he said. Exodus 14 verse 13.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show you today.
So that's when the Lord used Moses to save Israelites. And he's telling them, he's encouraging them to stand and watch and see how God is going to save them from the hands of the Egyptians, from the hands of the enemies. Go on.
For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today.
So he said, the Egyptians which you are seeing right now,
ye shall see them again no more forever.
For what?
No more forever.
So God said to the Israelites, Moses said to the Israelites after delivering them, these Egyptians that used to be your slave masters, the Lord is going to destroy them, number one. And number two, you will not see them anymore. They will not be your slave masters anymore forever. Now, go to verse 68. So remember what we just read, right? Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So, what did he say before? He said, I'm not going to bring you into Egypt anymore. But here he said what?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Is God bipolar? How he told them you're not going to go into Egypt again, and over here he said you're going to go back into Egypt again. On what?
With ships.
See that? You beginning to get it now? The first Egypt they went to, they didn't need any ship. But he said the second Egypt I'm going to send you to is going to be what? With ships. With slave ships. Let's see what the word Egypt means. Give me that. Exodus 20. Let's see what it means, because the regional land of Egypt, the people were called Mizraims. They were Mizraims. That Egypt just is a Greek word. It's from a Greek word, Egyptus, which means, let's see if the Bible said it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what did God call Egypt means? What did he say Egypt means? There you go. House of bondage. What was another name for bondage? No, Egypt. Today, what other synonymous word you can use to say bondage? When you say people are, a nation of people are in bondage, what do you call that? Do you have the word bondage in your phone?
It's like,
Come on, Wesley, what do you think? Okay, when you say somebody's a bondage, just explain what do you understand by the word bondage.
they're not in the
You're not in control of yourself. That means somebody else is what? Is in control of everything for you. Everything, somebody else is in control of it. Oh, he's beginning to click, huh? So he's telling you that all this stuff will tell you who his chosen people are, because they will be in bondage. Somebody else will rule over them. Somebody else will control them. Now go back to Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. Remember, this curse will be a sign to tell you who the Israelites are. So let's read the curse.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with...
So when God said he will bring you into Egypt again, what's he saying? Remember, Egypt means what? Bondage. Bondage means what? So what is it saying? The Lord said he's going to put Israel in slavery again, but this time
with ships.
With ships.
So he's punishing us.
So he's punishing us. So who are these us? Who are these us he's talking about? The Israelites. Yeah. The Israelites, the 12th tribe of Israel. He said, I will put you in slavery again, this time with ships. Our people only know about the history of us being taken into slavery to America. But what about South America? What about Central America? What about all these? What about Europe? What about Arab slaves to Asia? Because our people were taken into slavery into Asia. There's so many of our people scattered in all continents. We are not only here. That's why when you go to our, that's why, look, that's why we go to anywhere you see our people. They go through the same thing, same oppression. Your church will never teach you this. Best believe me. That's why we are beckoning on our people to get out of the Christian church. That's a cemetery. It's filled, it puts you to sleep.
Probably had one over there, like I said.
No, he hasn't. I can vouch that.
But I just started going to the church. I just got married, so this is my wife's church. So I bet if she come up here, she can tell you all that.
Oh, that bet down. You're gonna have to show her the truth, because that's not the truth, and that's the problem in our. And you know what? I'm gonna read something about it. Finish up. I'm gonna read something about what you said, because that's witchcraft. I'm gonna tell you.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
So God said the Israelites will be what?
Sold unto your enemy.
When you get into that slave, in that land of your slavery, when you get off that ship, you shall be what?
For bondmen and bondwomen.
You shall be sold for what? Slave men and slave women. That's what you see here. To be sold, a cargo. What? Negroes. Did God speak about this thousands of years before it happened? Absolutely. God spoke about it, that it's going to happen to the children of Israel. His chosen people. Right. God didn't choose all nations. Don't let anybody deceive you. It's not in the Bible. God did not choose all nations. He has a people for himself. That's what we're reading here. Finish up.
And no man shall buy you.
No man shall save you from your slavery. Give me Isaiah 44 verse 1.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.